Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It is exactly 12:40, and of course, we're moving along our final interview for the morning. We're going to be talking about Blackseed, the amazing health benefits of Tibb Blackseed, and someone who's very knowledgeable about this issue is Nico Taljaard. He is a representative of Tibb Health Sciences, and he has been with Tibb for many, many years, knows the family very well as well. And he is also knowledgeable about Tibb Blackseed. A very good morning to you. Welcome to the program. Or is it afternoon already?
It's afternoon, Julie.
Okay, good. I started in the morning. It's now afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah. Well, welcome to all the listeners as well. And thanks for having me. Blackseed, it's also called the blessed seed. And there is a saying that it cures everything except death.
Okay.
So one can really talk about Blackseed for hours, but unfortunately, we only have got limited time. Now, just to introduce the product, basically, Blackseed is sold by Tibb Health Sciences, which has been in the market for over 20 years. And but getting back to Blackseed as such, the product has been used for over 4,000 years.
Sure.
And almost like a guy joke that I read the other day, that the guy was using Himalaya salt, and he said on the bottle it said it's been discovered 2,000 years ago, but it was best before, and he had a date, and he says, "Wow, he's so happy he just bought it in time." You know.
Okay. I must be honest. Yeah. Okay. I must be honest, I've never ever heard about Tibb Blackseed until COVID happened. And then all of
Correct.
a sudden, there was this explosion about blackseed oil, etc., etc. And I kind of wondered, was that not just a marketing ploy? But the more I read about it, the more I realize the importance and the effectiveness of Tibb Blackseed. So tell us a little about Tibb Blackseed. What can it be used for, and how does one take it? How can it be taken? Because I'm also aware that apart from the seed, you get it in seed form and you get it in oil form as well. Would I be correct in saying that?
Correct. Yeah, we've got it in capsule form and we've got it in oil form. Now, black seeds usage can be sort of put into two categories. The one would be sort of an aiding the body, and the other one will be therapeutic, right? So, from a point of nutrition, the black seed is a wonderful source of a lot of things. It's the amines, the vitality amines or vitamins, vitamins as we call them. It contains B1, B2, B6, and folic acid, and minerals such as iron, calcium, and zinc. And I think the iron plays a very important role, especially now with Ramadan, where working amongst your people, the Muslims. I remember that in the afternoons, especially, people are getting tired and very irritated because of the fasting, and there iron plays a very, very important role, because iron is very important for the production of red blood cells, and we all know that red blood cells carries oxygen to the cells, and that generates energy. It's got a extremely high immune boosting power and oxidative power properties. I mean, research, just to put you into the picture, uh, research that was done by Dr. Huck, or Hush, as you call it, in 1997, showed a 30% enhancement of the natural killer cells, which this is the cells that basically does what it says, natural killer cells. It kills the viruses. And therefore, that's why it became so prominent during the epidemic we just had. The other properties of black seed is fatty acids such as omega-3, 6, and 9. And we know how important omega-3 is, especially for brain function and cardio health, the neurological function, and also the optimal integrity of all the cells in the body. So it keeps the cells healthy. Black seed also contains the alkaloids, which has antihistaminic and anti-inflammatory properties. Now, I mean, most of the illnesses is because of inflammation. If we think about our respiratory tract infections, it's histamine plays a big role if you're allergic to things, and then it turns over into histamine. It turns into inflammation. Now, the other thing that black seed contains is 8 of the 9 essential amino acids that the body requires for protein synthesis, which forms the building blocks of each and every cell in the body. So these amino acids it doesn't come in your diet. 8 of this 9, you have to take it in, and it's contained in black seed. So and the main biochemical active compound in black seed is thymoquinone, which is a vast array of medical therapeutic benefits, and it's a powerful antioxidant. Now, when we
So,
fast,
Nico, can I just ask you this question? I'll get back to you to the fasting, because you spoke
Yes,
about fatigue. When you're fasting by mid-afternoon or late afternoon, very fatigued. There's also the issue around headaches when you're fasting,
correct.
and it's terrible. So I'd like you to respond to that. But
Yeah.
also regarding the black seed or the black seed oil or the capsule that one takes. I
Mm.
know that there's also the raw black seed itself. Is it recommended to take that, or rather to take it in the capsule form, or in the
Well,
oil form? That's the other question. And
mhm.
then age, age appropriate. Like, when do you start do you start at pre-teens or teenagers or young adults? And is there ever an age where one should stop taking it?
Yeah, no, there's never age where you should stop taking it. I mean, the product's nutritional value is of such a nature that you should never be basically without it. Getting back to your questions, if we look at the free radicals in our body, and fasting is one of the reasons, or one of the ways we can detox as such. And just detoxing on its own will cause the headaches. So, what will happen with the black seed? It will enhance the process. So, in the beginning of detoxing, or shall I say Ramadan, the headaches will be worse than towards the end. And especially if you take black seed, it'll help to get through that period of time. It's almost like people that take alcohol, the hangover that they get with a headache. It's the eradication of the free radicals or the toxins in the body, which black seed helps, because it's a very, very big, shall I say, or a very strong antioxidant. And we all know these days antioxidants are all over the shelves in pharmacy. Which form to take it in? Um, it doesn't really matter, but if you take it in the capsule form, it is basically the original. It's the rawest, or shall I say, the closest to the natural form that you can get. Um, the product almost preserves itself in capsule form, and it's going to be from the feedback that we get, the most potent way of the usage the product. Obviously, you can use the oil form on foods like salads and things like that. Because and the nice thing, it lasts for exactly around about 12 hours. So when the sun is down, you take your capsule, and before sunrise, you take the other capsule, and that should last you throughout the day. As far as children is concerned, and I think that was your other question,
Absolutely.
the oil on the porridge and food should be very sufficient. The dosage is very well described on the bottles. And with meals, before meals, after meals, for people, I would say over 12 years and up, for the capsule should be the right dosage. Yeah.
Okay, Nico, earlier on in the interview, you mentioned antioxidant. What is that?
Antioxidants.
And
Yeah.
pardon, yes. And why is it important for the body?
Yeah. Well, during fasting, during exercise, during stress, the body excretes its endotoxins, which are free radicals, and they attack the body within. There's all sorts. They come in an array of forms, and the body has to fight them. The body has its own antioxidants, and I think we've learned from the current, or shall I say, the recent times, where antioxidants are at the forefront, like selenium, vitamin C's, and etc., etc. But blackseed is a rich source of vitamin C as well. So antioxidants is basically, if you look at a car, when the exhaust fumes that it sort of excretes, that is toxic. It's poisonous. It's toxic to the body, and that is the same as free radicals. So what happens within the body, you gotta neutralize it, and that is what antioxidants does. So basically, that's contained within blackseed, and so it's also a detoxifier, if you can call it that.
It sounds absolutely amazing, and I'm kind of just thinking as you were speaking that surely if one takes the blackseed capsule, would I be correct in thinking that it would almost be unnecessary to take other minerals and vitamin supplements? Would this kind of be cover you adequately if you stop taking other stuff? And also, can it be used as a preventative measure? With the onset of autumn and winter, we know that everyone's going to be going around with the sniffles, etc. If one follows this regime religiously, would one be protected against coughs, colds, etc., etc.? I'm also aware of the fact that it also depends on your particular personal immune system and whatever else is perhaps going on in your body. But by and large, would you say that this would do the trick?
Julie, you're so right. You can almost take blackseed right throughout the year, and almost right throughout your life, if you can put it like that, because blackseed aids the body. It's not a quick fix. If the body has got and it all depends how far you're down the river, how healthy your body is, but blackseed is not a mask. It's not going to mask illnesses, but it will help the body to help itself. Basically, I mean, if you think about it, it regulates the blood sugar levels. It can. It's an antioxidant. It's lowering cholesterol, especially the LDLs, the bad cholesterol. It assists in the management of hypertension, but it won't do it like if you've got a hypertension, you start taking it today, tomorrow your blood pressure won't be down. You have to understand that this is an aid to the body just to be more healthy. So yeah, it's something you should take almost your whole life.
I'm wondering about cholesterol. People
Yes.
suffering from cholesterol and then also diabetes, because those are two of the main, the main diseases that we hear about on a continuous basis. And also, when we, apart from cholesterol, high cholesterol levels and diabetes, how long does one need to, be on the black seed to notice any difference, any visible
Yeah.
differences? And also, obviously, you need to continue with your prescribed meds uh, in
Absolutely.
conjunction with the black seed.
Yeah. Oh, this is the nice thing with black seed. It doesn't interfere with the actions of your normal allopathic medicines. So you can titrate, especially on high blood pressure, because there are two types of patients. The one with shall I say, with sugar levels that's high and cholesterol and or blood pressure rather. These people are very, very aware of what their situation is, especially if they've been diagnosed with this kind of pathologies. And one can basically, what you can do, you can titrate, which is another full session on how you do it. But you can wean your allopathic medicines after a while, after you've seen your blood pressure has really come down, or the control of your blood sugar. I mean, we all know that the optimal level is 5.5 millimoles, and if you see it's dropping down because you're taking black seed, if you see it drops down to 4 and things like that, because then you will start getting tired. You can actually then wean a little bit on your metformins and or the medicines, the allopathic medicines that you are taking. But it's got to be discussed with your doctor, I would say. These are serious ailments or pathologies, and one shouldn't just run it, on your own. But it can assist. It can really assist. Um,
However, Nico, are you saying, do I understand you correctly there? Are you suggesting that before one takes the black seed, you should consult with your doctor if you have serious health concerns? Or is this
absolutely.
safe?
Oh,
Is that
yes.
what you are saying? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, especially in
Okay.
diabetes, asthma, these chronic
Yes.
situations where you do know that black seed will aid you. It will aid your body to help, as I said. And yeah, you have to. It's very wise to consult with your doctor.
Absolutely. Okay. So just don't go, if you do have very serious medical conditions, black seed is going to assist in your
Correct.
recovery or, making you feel better, but pass it by your doctor anyway. And I think that a cautionary note that you are sharing with us on air this morning is truly very, very responsible on your part. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Um,
Yeah,
Regarding this being an immune booster, could one use it? Let's assume you have, you've been given a clean bill of health by your medical practitioner, and you just feel, I just like to continue being healthy. Could you use this as an immune booster?
absolutely, and especially now, we're sitting in March, going on to April. Winter is coming, and we all know that winter we drop down our own production of the vitamin D's because we start wearing more clothes. We're getting out of the sun, and so and as you know, vitamin D is one of the big builders of the immune system. You need to get something to jack up your immune system. So if and you get these people that with the onset of winter or during winter, they get the sniffles, they get the flu. And this can really aid the body, make the body stronger in resisting, the attack of the viruses. And this is where it became so well known during our epidemic with the COVID.
Absolutely. I know that blackseed oil uh, and the capsules were totally out of stock. You couldn't get them. It was very
Correct.
hard to come by during COVID.
Yeah.
It's almost wrap up time. Nico, is there anything
Yes.
of importance that you still want to share with us, please?
Yeah. I just want to also mention that you get the Blackseed rub. You know, I
Oh,
don't know in
really?
your days, but in the older days we had the Vicks vapor rub, right?
Yes,
Remember the
yes.
Vicks vapor rub? And when you had the inflammation, or shall I say, the bronchitis,
Yeah,
yeah, my grandmother used to rub my chest with Vicks and then put a warm
yes,
cloth on it, etc., etc.
absolutely.
Yeah, but we've got the black seed vapor rub, which is contains thymol, which is antibacterial and antifungal.
Wow.
So, and menthol, which has analgesic properties and vasodilatory properties, improving the circulation. In your body. It contains camphor, which is an analgesic, anti-inflammatory, and eucalyptus oil. And I think everybody is very aware of eucalyptus oil opening up the airways, and when you smell it, so you can actually use it in a steam bath. If you
So,
want to
what
steam it.
about you mentioned something really, really very important and interesting. I'm thinking about babies with the onset of winter. We know how they suffer. And I
Yes,
remember those, Vicks vapor rubs on the backs and the chests of the babies and under their feet,
correct.
etc. Could we use this for babies, the rub? Is it
Absolutely. Yeah,
is it safe?
you've got it. You hit the nail on the head there, Julie. Yes, you
Okay.
can absolutely for babies. Rub
Oh,
their chest, rub
brilliant.
their back with it. It'll open up their airways because normally, their nose gets all blocked up and things like
Yes.
that. So yeah, and it also contains nutmeg oil, which
Yeah.
reduces swelling and pain on it.
Okay.
So it's
Um,
quite a broad spectrum of a rub.
Wonderful. That is
Hmm.
brilliant. That's really brilliant. Okay, so how do we get, where do we buy the stuff?
Oh,
Do we have to get in touch with Tibb directly? Do you have a website? Give us contact details so that people can go
the,
out. This
the,
almost sounds like a miracle capsule or a miracle seed.
yeah, we've got a saying these days: if something is too good to be true, that's right, it's too good. But this one is really
Okay.
too good to be true. You can get it from this scheme and all pharmacies, health shops, and if the pharmacy hasn't got to tell your audience or the patient, they can get it. They can get it from the pharmaceutical wholesalers. They can order it for you. So it's readily available. Almost everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
All right, so we can also go to the Tibb website, I presume, to get
Yes, of
further
course.
information and
Yeah.
possibly even find out where they, whom they supply to, and then go to those outlets to get the Tibb capsules. And I think this is just the right time to have been talking about this because, as you've indicated, the onset of winter. The 1st of April is the first day of autumn here in the Southern Hemisphere. So let's stock up
Correct.
and let's start this health
Absolutely.
regime of ours with Tibb Blackseed oil or capsules. Thank you
Keep those
indeed for
bugs
being with
away.
us.
That's it. Thank you. It's been my pleasure. Thank you, Julie. Bye bye.
Go well, thank you indeed. And there you have it, Tibb Blackseed. It is available in capsule form. It's also available as a pure oil. And now the good news is that you can get it as a rub for babies and children, even for yourself if you have a bad chest or cough or whatever have you. You can replace the Vicks and whatever else you've been using in the past. You can go for the black seed drop. Look, I've been talking to Nico about this black seed in this last half hour, but I must say I've heard amazing things about black seed, very especially in the time of COVID. So I do know that it hasn't been exaggerated, that it does work. And, if you put in the effort, you will see the results. Take it religiously, take it regularly, and it will boost your immune system and do all the other wonderful things that Nico has been talking about. And that's it from me. Thank you, good people, for joining me on the show this morning. I certainly hope you've enjoyed the show as much as I have enjoyed your company. Till next week, Wednesday at the same time. You take care on the roads. Have a wonderful Ramadan till I meet you again, where we talk more about Ramadan and the Holy Quran. A big thank you to Muhammad Abrar behind the controls and my producer, dearest Shazi. As always, let me sign off with Khuda Hafiz.